Today I'm going to show you how to make this super spooky Halloween tumbler. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Check out the description for some links to the products that I use and links to my Facebook groups as well. If you like my style of teaching, I also have a mentorship group. If you would like to join, there is a link in the description. And if you try this tutorial or any of my other tutorials, make sure you tag Diamonds and Dust so I can see. First, we're going to grab our 12 by 12 vinyl sheet and flip it over. I forgot to record this part, so I'll just tell you what I did. I drew a line from corner to corner, decided how big of a section I wanted, and just measured out from that middle. So this is about 4 inches. As you can see, I did a line 2 inches out from the middle on both sides. Then we are going to cut that angled section out. We are going to take this section and wrap it around our tumbler, but to get the angle that I like, I'm just going to take that backing and fold it back an inch or two, and then I'm just going to use that kind of as a tack to tack it down on my tumbler so I can keep rearranging the angle until I get the angle that I would like. Now I'm going to remove a little bit more of that vinyl backing and just push that vinyl on my tumbler. If you have some overhang at the top, which you should, you're just going to take your X-Acto knife and cut that off. And for the bottom, I'm just going to cut about 1/4 inch slits and fold that down around my base. If your angle ended up kind of like mine where it didn't go all the way to the bottom and you have that like stark cutoff, we're just going to faux that angle. So take one of the triangles that you cut off from the beginning and find a piece that looks similar to the piece that's ending. So mine is obviously a pink cupcake. So I'm going to cut one of these cupcakes out and just match it up with the pattern as best as I can. And then I'm going to tape off that angle and just cut off the excess above it. Now grab some painter's tape and tape off your pattern vinyl on both sides. We're going to protect it from paint, glitter, and glue. Now we're going to take some black paint and just paint about 1 inch on each side of the blue tape. And then we are going to paint purple in the middle of those 2 black sections. I'm going to let this dry and then I'm going to add another coat and blend those colors a little bit better. Now that that first coat is dry, we're going to blend those colors just a little bit. We're going to cover this with glitter, so it does not need to be perfect. So I'm just gonna cover the black sections again with black. And this time when I add purple in the middle, I will just drag my brush from purple to black, blending those colors a little bit better. We are going to let that paint fully dry, and we are going to mix up a few milliliters of epoxy. I know I said I was going to use glue earlier, but I changed my mind. I am going to ombre some glitter here in this section, and I like the work time of epoxy over a glitter glue when I am going to ombre. So we're just going to place a little bit really carefully in between those vinyl sections, making sure that we keep it away from our pattern vinyl. We are going to take the glitter colors Creepy and Haunted. This vinyl and glitter was from a past designer box. If you want more information on those, I always give my free Diamonds and Dust Facebook group a heads up. They are released once a month and they are so much fun. This first color is called Creepy, and it is like nothing I've ever seen before. It is a neon mix with some black in there. It not only is perfect for these neon Halloween, but I also see it in the future for maybe like an 80s vibe. We're going to place that as close as we can pretty heavily by our tape on both sides, and then we are going to tip our tumbler and ombre just a little bit towards the purple. Now that you have that ombre on both sides, we're going to take our next glitter, which is Haunted. It's a super dark purple, and it has a little bit of a shift of green, so it is a perfect Halloween color. We're going to place that right in the middle, making sure that we also ombre back into the neon mix, just to make sure if there's any gaps, those are filled in, and it will give you a nice subtle ombre. Make sure you remember to pull your tape while the epoxy is still wet. Set that to the side and let that epoxy cure for a few hours. And then we are going to spray seal that glitter section really, really well. I usually use Rust-Oleum or Krylon's Triple Thick. You're going to epoxy your tumbler until smooth, and then cut out some vinyl striping and apply that between the glitter and vinyl. You're also going to cut out your decal, and I also cut out a circle of the vinyl to place on the bottom. I like to do that after I epoxy. It just goes on really smooth, and when you do your striping, you can kind of leave that tucked under that round piece of vinyl on the bottom as well. When you go to place your decal, if it is overlapping those vinyl stripes, you will have a little bit of a raised section. So if I don't want to wait and add another layer of epoxy, I will just add a thin layer of UV resin right where my decal is going to go to smooth that out, and then I will apply my decal. Take your tumbler back over to your turner and add your final layers of epoxy until your tumbler is smooth. And here is our tumbler all finished. I think it turned out adorable. I'm normally not a Halloween girl, but I really do like these creepy cupcakes. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks so much for watching.